scariest part about truth isn't not knowing it. It's realizing we've known it all along. Tell me if this sounds familiar. You ask everyone for advice. You pray for a sign. You overthink every angle of the problem, but deep down, a quiet voice already whispered the answer. You just didn't like what it said. You tell yourself, I'm still figuring it out. But what if you're not confused? What if you're just afraid of what clarity will cost you? Because knowing means choosing. And choosing means responsibility. And responsibility means change. And change, that's terrifying. You stay in the job that drains you, in the relationship that hurts you, in the habit that numbs you, not because you don't know it's wrong, but because accepting that truth would mean rewriting your story. But today, we're going to talk about something most people never do: the courage to stop lying to yourself. This video isn't here to give you new answers. It's here to help you hear the ones you already carry and remind you that honesty with yourself isn't a threat. It's the beginning of real freedom. Let's talk. I want you to picture something. You're standing in front of a mirror. You're asking, what should I do? But the reflection doesn't speak because it knows you're not really asking. You're bargaining. You're stalling. You're praying that somehow the truth will change if you wait long enough. You stare into your own eyes and feel that knot in your chest because some part of you already knows. You know the job isn't aligned with your soul. You know that friend isn't really safe. You know that habit is just numbing you, not healing you. You know the path you're walking is drifting you away from who you truly are. But knowing isn't the hard part. The hard part is letting go of the illusion. The illusion that things might still change without you doing the hard thing. The illusion that staying the same is safer than starting over. Carl Jung once said, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls." And it's true. We'll stay confused for years because it's easier to be confused than to be courageous. But confusion is often not a lack of clarity. It's a fear of consequences. It's a delay tactic. It's emotional protection masquerading as indecision. And at some point, you have to ask, am I really unsure? Or am I just scared to admit what I already know? Let's break this down psychologically. What you're experiencing isn't stupidity. It isn't weakness. It's called self-protective denial, and it's something all humans do. Why? Because the brain is wired for emotional survival, not truth. It wants certainty, comfort, familiarity, and the truth often threatens all of that. When we're faced with a reality that could cause pain, loss, shame, or uncertainty, our subconscious pulls a clever trick. It fogs the mirror. It blurs the edges of what we already see until we can convince ourselves we're not sure. And in that fog, we stay stuck. Psychologist Leon Festinger coined the term cognitive dissonance, that internal war between two beliefs. I want to grow versus I want to stay safe. I want to be free versus I don't want to feel pain. That war is exhausting. And the only way out is truth. But not truth as a weapon. Truth as a compass. Because here's what most people misunderstand. Truth doesn't punish. It purifies. Seneca, the Stoic philosopher, said, "All cruelty springs from weakness." And self-cruelty, the lies we tell ourselves to avoid change, they come from fear, not failure, not flaws, just fear. So how do you stop running? You get still. You stop asking the world what to do and start listening to your own still, scared voice. You stop treating pain as a red flag and start treating it as a signal. Because often the pain isn't in the truth itself, it's in the resistance to it. The moment you accept what is, even if it's heartbreaking, you stop fighting ghosts. And from that acceptance, something wild happens. Clarity. Clarity doesn't always feel good, but it always feels clean. And clean is where healing begins. So how do you begin the process of facing what you already know? Here are 3 powerful, simple tools. 1. Mirror honesty 5-minute drill. Stand in front of a mirror. Ask out loud, what truth am I avoiding right now? And then, say the first thing that comes to mind. Don't censor it. Don't explain it. Don't rationalize. Just say it. You don't need to act on it yet. You just need to admit it exists. The courage is in the naming. 2. Write the unsent letter. Write a letter to the person, the situation, or even to yourself, as if you were fully honest. Say what you've been too scared to say, what you've been too confused to feel. Then don't send it. Just read it back to yourself. You'll learn what you already know, and you'll feel how heavy it's been to hold it in. 3. Use the "if I were brave" filter. Ask, if I were brave, what would I do next? You don't need to be brave yet. You just need to admit what courage would look like. Because naming the brave path removes the fog around the true one. You don't have to do everything at once. You don't have to burn bridges, move cities, or break things down today. But you do have to stop lying to yourself about why you're staying stuck. Honesty is not a one-time act. It's a daily commitment to seeing clearly, even when the truth is inconvenient. Because clarity without action is still progress. It's the first breath after drowning. You already know the answer. That voice in your chest that aches when you hear this, that's not confusion. That's recognition. You know when something is breaking you. You know when something doesn't fit anymore. You know when the version of you you're pretending to be isn't real. And the bravest thing you can do today is to stop saying, "I don't know," when your heart is screaming that you do. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to take time. But don't confuse fear with uncertainty. You are not lost. You are just afraid to step into the light that truth brings. But that light, it's the only thing that will heal you. So tonight, when the world is quiet, stand in front of that mirror again. Don't ask, "What's wrong with me?" Ask, "What do I already know? And what would change if I admitted it?" Because you don't need a new sign. You don't need more advice. You need your own honesty. The answer is already in your chest. You just need the courage to stop running from its echo. And once you stop running, everything starts. Take a deep breath. Now write this down somewhere. I will no longer confuse fear with confusion. I already know, and I'm learning to honor it. Then ask yourself tonight, what is one truth I've been avoiding that I'm finally willing to face? Let that be your journal prompt. Let that be your first step. If this video stirred something in you, comment with, "I'm done pretending I don't know." Let's build a community where honesty isn't shameful, it's sacred. And if you need more like this, raw truths, emotional clarity, and poetic healing, subscribe and stay close. Until then, speak the truth, even when your voice shakes.